Boom! What's up, everybody? What's going on, folks? Welcome to the True Trading Group live stream. My name is Michael Edward. Gang, I've been trading and investing for over 15 years. Started my career working at a hedge fund in New York City. My first job out of college. Then 2008, that happened a year later. That was the Great Recession. That was the stock market crash. But that was also the same year that I received one of the firm's Trader of the Year awards. Now, fast forward, I'm the head trader and co-founder of True Trading Group, the fastest growing and highest rated online premium educational platform that is available to the retail trader and investor today, with one simple goal in mind: to help you all make money and to level the playing field by providing you with a similar level of education and access to the same tools and information that professional traders on Wall Street use that help them make better decisions so you can make better decisions. Since 2016, my team of 8 other professional trading mods and myself have helped thousands of members from all over the world, from all walks of life, achieve their financial goals. Make no mistake about it, you're on this live stream here tonight for one simple reason: to get the information and the knowledge that is needed to help you make money in the stock market immediately. And that is exactly what we are doing here today. It's what we do every day, especially inside of the True Trading Group community. So welcome all of you that are just joining us. Make sure, if you haven't done so already, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications. Don't ever miss out on any of these lives. We're dropping golden nuggets on a regular. All right, guys, tonight's live stream is going down as follows. I'm going to start things off with a blanket open floor Q&A session. We're going to give time for people to log on. You guys can ask me questions, whatever's on your mind. Then we're going to be getting into the trade of the day. The trade of the day. What was it? We caught a really beautiful trade this afternoon. That's where I made all of my money today, was on this trade. We're going to break it down. We're going to talk about the setup. We're going to talk about how we were able to identify this setup and what was the analysis behind it, so that you can identify this stuff as early as tomorrow. If you see something similar, you can pounce on it. You can capitalize on it. So that'll be the trade of the day. And then we're going to talk about Tesla, an absolute monster, ridiculous day today. It is so crazy how Tesla trades when that thing gets directional momentum. It's one of the crazy. It's like when Tesla has momentum, it trades like a meme stock. It is nuts the way that thing just runs when it gets momentum. Just relentless buying on Tesla today, up 10% on the day. We're going to talk about Tesla. You got Snapchat earnings just came out, so we're going to be talking about Snapchat. What does that mean for Meta, and what does that mean for Alphabet? Okay, Snap's earnings are abysmal. Okay, horrific. Okay, absolutely horrific. You're getting a massive move to the downside right now on Snapchat, guys. Right now, live, this just came out. Breaking news. Okay, breaking news here on Snapchat. Earnings are out on Snapchat. I'll give you guys kind of the breakdown here. So daily active users are up 18% year over year. Their earnings per share missed. Their sales missed 1.11 billion versus an expectation of 1.14 billion. They did authorize a stock buyback program of 500 million, which is interesting, but they are not providing expectations for Q3. That is what had this stock doomed. They are not going to provide guidance for Q3. That is the problem. Everybody that is going to be releasing earnings, nobody cares about the earnings themselves. Everybody cares about the guidance. And Snapchat is not giving guidance. I keep saying Snapchat. Snapchat's the app. Snap is the company. Snap is not going to give guidance for revenue going forward, and that absolutely tanked this stock. Look at this stock dropping now $13. Now let's go ahead and take a look. I guarantee you Meta's trading down. There you go. Boom. Look at Meta. Look at Alphabet. Okay. Amazon trading lower, right? Apple and Microsoft, they don't really have anything to do with online advertising. But all your online, your digital marketing companies, all your online advertising, look at Meta, boom, to the downside, 10 points down. Look at Alphabet, boom, to the downside. This is exactly what I've been telling you guys that we have to be conscious of. You've got to be careful. Once the bigger companies start to come out and give their earnings, what is the guidance that these companies are going to have? Now, this is just Snap, okay? Everything is reacting based on Snap and Snap only so far. But you're going to get Alphabet earnings. You're going to get Meta earnings. What are they going to say about their guidance? Okay? What are they going to say about their guidance? Okay? That's what is going to really determine what this market is going to do now for the rest of this month. This is a huge move to the downside for Snap. Okay? So we've got to unpack a lot of information here today. So again, on this live stream, we're going to start things out. Okay, on this live stream, we're going to start things out on this live stream. Let me take a look. NVIDIA, even AMD and NVIDIA moving lower. Let's check the Qs moving lower. The SPY, slight little pullback. All right, Snap, it's kind of ruining the party here today, guys. But this is what we have to watch. Snap not giving guidance. Other companies now that have digital marketing, Meta, Alphabet, it hurts. One of the first things that gets cut when you go into a recession is online marketing. Digital advertising is one of the first things to get cut. All right. It's one of the first things to get cut. And now you guys can see investors getting very worried that Snap is not providing any guidance whatsoever. So today, guys, on this live stream, we're going to start off with an open floor Q&A. We're going to give some time for people to log on. Okay. Oh, Twitter. Let's take a look at Twitter. Yep. Twitter to the downside. Pinterest to the downside. Right. Look at all these social media companies, guys. All these companies that rely very heavily on online marketing and digital advertising. All of these companies taking mega hits right now to the downside as Snap is not giving guidance. All right. So what does this mean now going forward? What does this mean now for tomorrow? What does it mean for next week? What's it mean for the Fed meeting on Wednesday? Stuff's about to get crazy. There has never been a better time for you guys to get educated, get yourselves involved, and join the Teach Me platform. Do not trade this craziness on your own. All right. But the opportunities that this market is giving you is nothing short of incredible. So let's roll in here, guys. Let's not waste another moment. We got a lot to uncover and a lot to unpack. I want to start off. Let's begin the Q&A. You guys can ask me whatever's on your mind. Don't be shy. Don't be embarrassed. There's no such thing. Okay. There is no such thing as a stupid question or a silly question. Okay. So asking questions is how you guys all learn. So start typing your questions in chat right now. Let's go ahead, folks, and let's begin the Q&A. Gabe, what's up, man? Hey, TTG, what's good? Gabe's TTG member. Mike, can you please explain float check? Why is it important to know that info? Okay, so Gabe, it's important to know the size of the float when you're trading a particular stock. Important to know the size of the float because typically the smaller the float, the less liquidity that it's going to take to move the price of that stock. Okay. So the float, all the float is the total number of shares that are available for trade to the public. That's what the float is. Okay. So the less amount of shares that are available to trade, the easier it'll be for that stock to move higher if buying pressure was to come into the stock. So that's why it is going to be important for you to understand when you're trading. Really, it's only relevant when you're trading small caps. You know, if you're trading a large cap, you're trading Meta, Netflix, AMD, NVIDIA, you're trading Roblox, you're trading, Occidental Petroleum, you're trading Carnival Cruise Lines, you're trading United Airlines, you're trading AMC. The size of the float is not as important in stocks like that because the floats are so large. But when you're trading like like a small cap, like a $2, $5 stock, that's when you can have these stocks that sometimes only have like a 1 million share float. And if there's only 1 million shares in the float, it's going to be it's going to be very easy if that company has a piece of news that comes out. It's going to be very easy for that stock to move higher once buying pressure comes into the name. I hope that helps answer your question, Gabe. Where do you find the float? Ribbonhead, we have all of this information on our platform. Okay, you have all of that information on the platform that is True Trading Group. You guys have to understand that True Trading Group is a platform. Okay, it is a platform. We have access for you to tools, resources, data, information. All of it is available for you guys on the TC platform at no additional cost. We built the True Trading Group platform so that retail traders and investors can get access to every single piece of relevant information that they need to make the best decision to have the highest chance of success, all in one place for one price. These things would cost you like $5,000 a year if you paid for them separately on your own and went to all these companies to buy their products individually. We have them on our platform included for just the one price. So you can actually find the size of the float on the TG dashboard. You can find the what percentage of the float is short. You can find if there's insider buying, if there's insider selling. You can see how many analysts have a buy, sell, or hold rating. All of that is available for you guys on the TG platform, and you don't pay extra for it. And we'll actually pull it up on the chart on the screen so you guys can see real quick. So like here, this is just an example. So like every single stock that you're interested in, you'll get. So there you guys can see that? There's the size of the float. Okay. There's the size of the float, percentage of the float that's short interest. All of that information is available for you guys on the TG dashboard. All of it's available on the TG dashboard. All right. Michael, what the hell is going on? I don't have FOMO like the rest of the market, but I'm sure having a hard time getting long on anything because I just don't trust this move to the upside. You have any thoughts? I also do not necessarily trust the move to the upside, and I'm not going to until we are finished with earnings. I've been, if you guys have been following my live streams for a while, I've been a little skeptical going into earnings season because I thought companies were going to lower their guidance going forward. And so far, the companies that have released have released earnings, have not really altered their guidance very much. The earnings up to this point have actually been very good. They've actually been much, much better than I think a lot of people expected. And that had a lot to do with the markets rallying higher these last couple of days. But the market's rallying right into a major level of resistance. Like if we go over to the overall market, like this area up here is going to be tough. This is going to be a tough level of resistance. You have all these gaps here from your CPI data. And then even if you're able to clear that, okay, even if you're able to clear this gap, this level right here by the 100-day moving average is going to be a massive, massive level of resistance, guys. That is going to be, first of all, the 100-day moving average is so relevant on the SPY. It's ridiculous. If you guys look back at this purple line on my screen, I want you to notice this purple line. Look at how much this purple line has acted as an area of support. Do you see that? And then once you broke underneath the purple line, you'll see all of a sudden the purple line begins acting as a level of resistance. So now if we climb ourselves back up to this area, that is as far as I would say that this rally in the market is going to take you. Not to mention, you're going to be coming up on this previous level that used to be an area of support, and then it became a little bit of a level of resistance. And then now there's your 100-day moving average coming back into play. If the SPY is able to get through this gap fill and climb up above 400, I don't think there's any way in hell that we're going to bust through this level right here. If we do get to this area over the next couple of weeks, I absolutely will be looking to get short different names up in this area, because then I would expect a pullback. And what I would then be looking for very, very specifically, let's say the market continues to push higher. These aren't, I'm just drawing candles out. Then I would absolutely fully expect the market to give you a pullback that takes you back in to retest this level of resistance that we just are trying to break above here right now. This level of resistance that you see right here, I would expect us to pull back down and retest that level. So I would absolutely be looking for this type of price action in the overall markets. And everybody that's, kind of crapping their pants right now, if they didn't add to their long-term portfolios when we did, all right. I mean, listen, guys, we added to our long-term portfolios right there inside of True Trading Group. All right. So, right now we're kind of spot on there with what is so far the low of the year. But I think you're going to get plenty more opportunities. And this whole situation with Snap's earnings. Now, listen, Snap is very different from Meta and Alphabet. Let's be very clear about that. This is not the first time that you've had something like this happen. If you guys recall, Snap, okay, you had actually this huge gap down. If you guys recall, I believe this was the last time that Snap had earnings. It was actually Meta that went first, if I'm not mistaken. And Meta's earnings were horrific. And then Snap got crushed because of Meta's earnings. But then Snap came out with earnings the very next day, and the stock gapped all the way back up to here. So this was, investors really got thrown for a loop here. Investors really got thrown for a loop here when that happened. But, Snap trading lower like this can all be erased if Meta comes out with better than expected earnings and if Google comes out with better than expected earnings. But again, it's not going to be the earnings. It's going to be the guidance. The reason why Snap is down right now is nothing other than they did not give guidance for Q3. So you're going to have to pay very close attention to what does Meta do? What does Alphabet do? What does Apple do? Does Apple give you guidance for the rest of the year? Or do they not give you guidance? If they don't, the market's going to have a heart attack. All right. So this is just one little crack so far in earnings. So far, earnings have been better than expected. This is certainly a crack. It could be a prelude of what's to come in other online marketing companies like Pinterest, Twitter, Meta, Alphabet. That's going to be a concern. So we'll have to wait and see how that plays out. Can you please explain guidance? Yes, AZ Jackie, I would love to explain guidance. Actually, it would be my pleasure because it's so damn important and everybody needs to understand what guidance is. So if you guys don't understand what I mean by guidance, no problem. That's why we're on these live streams, right? So you guys can learn and you can ask me questions and we talk about it. So when a company comes out with their earnings, they're going to give you their earnings for the last quarter. Okay. So the last 3 months of business, the company's going to say, this is how much money we made. This is how much money we lost. This is what our revenue was. This is what our subscriber count was. These are the increases. These are the decreases. And they're going to give you all their financial information. Okay. Everything that you're going to see all of it. But when they're done giving you their earnings, what they then do is they give you their guidance for next quarter and for the rest of the year. So a company will say, okay, this is what we did the last 3 months. This is what we expect to do the next 3 months and or what we expect to do the rest of the year. So you have next quarter's guidance, and then you also have fiscal year guidance. Fiscal year is going to be a company's entire fiscal year. Okay, what their calendar year is for their accounting for one business year. What is that expectation going to be? And then you also have quarterly guidance, which is where a company will just say, this is how much money we expect to make. This is how much money we expect to lose. This is how many subscribers we expect to gain over the next 3 months. That will be the next quarterly guidance. All right. Now, the reason why guidance is so important right now is because everybody is worried about a recession. Everybody is worried that the economy is slowing drastically. Everybody is scared that a recession is coming, if not here already. So all investors are ears open, listening to companies. What are the companies? What are they seeing? Are you seeing a slowdown? Are you expecting a recession? Are things weakening for you? Or is everything still okay? So far to this point, the companies that have released earnings have been JP Morgan. JP Morgan said the consumer is strong. Small business credit's the best they've seen. Citigroup, they came out with earnings. They beat earnings by $1 billion. IBM came out with earnings. IBM CEO said, we do not see a slowdown. IBM went down, but that was because of currency issues, because the US dollar is so strong. It hurts companies that do a lot of business and get a lot of their revenue overseas. That's why IBM went down. But IBM's CEO said, we don't see a slowdown. Taiwan Semiconductors, they actually raised their guidance for the rest of the year. So far, you've had companies where, whoa, the earnings aren't that bad. That's why the market has rallied over the last week or so, because the earnings that came out so far were expected to be horrible, but they were actually not bad at all. This report from Snap, is this a little overreaction? I think so, but that shows you how skittish the market is right now. That shows you the soft footing that the market is standing on, because Snap didn't lower their guidance. They didn't say we see a massive slowdown. They just said we're not going to give guidance because we're not sure. If you guys recall, when COVID hit, every single company took away their guidance. Apple even took away their guidance because nobody could give any type of realistic, accurate guidance because they had no idea when the economy was going to reopen or when COVID was going to settle down. So if you guys recall, during COVID, all companies, they stopped issuing guidance. Okay, they suspended guidance. So now Snap is doing the same thing. Snap's like, we're not going to give guidance. Okay, does that mean that they're going to see a slowdown? Not necessarily, but it's fishy. It's fishy. If they expected a good quarter, they would have told you that they expect a good quarter next quarter. And the markets are now scared about that. That's why now people are like, well, that can't be good for Alphabet. That can't be good for Meta. That can't be good for Pinterest. That can't be good for Twitter. That can't be good for any of these companies. Right? That's why now the markets are moving lower. That's why all these big tech companies are moving lower. The earnings that we've gotten so far have been just a small piece of earnings. Like, you've only had about 15% of the S&P report earnings so far. And if you include it by market cap, it's actually a lot less. By market cap, because all your mega companies haven't reported yet. If you go by market cap, it's like 10 or 11% of the S&P have reported earnings so far. So yes, earnings so far have been good, but you got to see what happens once the big boys report. Alphabet, Apple, Amazon, Microsoft, Meta, right? You got to see what happens when the big boys report. Do you think that homes will crash? I do not think that homes will crash. I think prices will cool off, but I do not think homes are going to crash. I don't think they're going to crash. You got some home reports coming up here soon. I don't think housing prices are going to crash. I do think housing prices are going to come down as interest rates continue to rise, as it just, affordability just becomes unattainable for so many people. Once you're paying a 6-7% interest rate, you thought you used to be able to afford a $600,000 home. Now, with the exact same monthly payment, you're only getting a $400,000 home. So that's going to put pressure on housing prices. That's going to bring the price of homes down significantly. But I think that there's still a supply issue in the United States, and I don't think that you're going to see like this massive crash in the housing market like you saw in 2008. But I do think housing prices will alleviate. I think housing prices will come down, but I don't think it's going to be a crash. Mike, will next week be a huge week of volatility with large companies like Google, Amazon, and others providing earnings? Todd, absolutely, bro. Absolutely. Next week is going to be nuts. You have mega cap tech companies reporting earnings. You're getting into the heart of earnings, and you have a Fed meeting. We have a Fed meeting on the 27th. We're going to get another rate hike on the 27th. Next week is going to be nuts. Okay? Next week is going to be nuts. I cannot wait. I'm literally chomping at the bit for next week because there's going to be so much volatility. There's going to be so much action. There's going to be so much opportunity next. Guys, I'm telling you, I am not kidding when I tell you this is the single most important earnings season probably of your lives. Because everybody, look at how All you need to do is look at how Alphabet and Meta reacted to Snap's earnings. Snap, okay? Snap's not a big company, but look at how look at Pinterest, look at Twitter, look at Alphabet, look at Meta, right? Look at Amazon. Like, look at the reaction that these companies, these stocks are having. This is what I'm talking about. It's going to be nuts. Every investor on planet Earth wants to know, do individual companies see the recession coming in their activity like everybody is anticipating? It's going to be this entire market rally could be erased if Alphabet, Amazon, Meta, Apple, if they say we're cutting our guidance, we're lowering our guidance. If they say that, all the work that the SPY just did over the last couple of days, all this, see all this? Gone in 3 days. Gone in 3 days. If those companies say that. Now, I don't know if those companies are going to say that, but I will tell you this. If Alphabet comes out and goes, we're cutting our guidance by 20% for the rest of the year. If Meta comes out and says, we're laying off 10,000 people and we're cutting our guidance by 18% for the rest of the year. If Apple comes out and goes, we're suspending guidance, we're not going to give guidance. If Amazon comes out and says, we're laying off 20,000 people and we're reducing our guidance by 15% for the rest of the year. If those companies do something like that, or they say something like that, then you're going to get very quickly, the market is going to start to just turn around and give back all of the hard work that it just took to climb itself back up to 400. This is why next week is so important. The markets have rallied so far and have shrugged off negative news because earnings have not been that bad. But the sample set of earnings that we have gotten has been a very small sample set thus far. You still have 85% of the S&P has to report earnings. Look at all you need to tell, guys, look, all you have to do is look at the reaction that you're seeing when one small company, Snap, says we're not going to give guidance. Now, you might think that's an isolated incident. You're like, what does that have to do with Meta? What does it have to do with Alphabet? What does it have to do with Pinterest, Twitter, Amazon? What does it have to do with those companies? It's not isolated to Snap. In a raging bull market, yeah, maybe it would be isolated to Snap. But in this environment, when everybody's worried about a recession, when you get a recession, online advertising goes down drastically. That would be a problem for companies that generate all their revenue from online advertising and digital marketing. So that correlation you're seeing right now live as Snap suspends their guidance, and you're seeing the correlation with Alphabet and Meta. That's all you need to know to confirm that next week's earnings are the single most important event that you've gotten so far this year. And then, as if that wasn't enough, throw in a Fed meeting. Guys, do not try to navigate this environment on your own. If there's ever been a time this year for you guys to be inside chat with us, if you can't be in chat, use the mobile app. The mobile app will let you be connected to us while you're at work, even if you're not in front of your computer screen. You can listen to the analysis that we provide over the microphone all day, and you can get real-time push notifications whenever our moderators enter or exit trades. You do not have to go about this stuff on your own. Next week is going to be absolutely insane. Hi, Mike. What if it's a mixed bag of good and bad guidance with the large companies? Then the markets would take that as a good thing. The markets would take that as a good thing, because if you get a mixed bag, then it's going to be kind of like not necessarily recession worry, but it's economic slowdown and it's survival of the fittest. And then it comes down to stock picking. And that's how it should be. It should be based on That's how professionals like it. Professionals like it when they have to pick the winners. Raging bull markets, everything goes up. Recessions, everything goes down, right? So if you get a mixed bag, then that's actually going to be, I think, seen as a net positive, that it's just, okay, it's a mixed bag. Some are bad, some are good. It's probably turns out to be a net positive for the market as survival of the fittest. And you'll probably see companies like, let's say Apple is good, but yet Meta is bad. Then you're going to see Apple drastically outperform Meta like it has all year. Like, all you need to do is take a look at Apple's chart, right? Take a look at a daily chart of Apple. Apple looks freaking amazing. It's one of the strongest stocks, in the market after the big tech sell-off. It's one of your strongest tech stocks out there. But then you go ahead and you take a look at a company like Meta, nowhere near the strength that you had in Apple. So Meta has already been underperforming Apple greatly. But if you get Apple, hey, good earnings, Meta, bad earnings, then you're going to see money flock into Apple, because you're going to say, okay, well, these are companies that can withstand and can excel in an economic slowdown, which no one's better than Apple, right? So I think it would be kind of, I think it would be a net positive. Mike, what are your thoughts on market reaction of 75 versus 100? Thank you, Soccer Mom, anytime. I think if the Fed gives us 100 basis points, I think the markets go down. I think the markets are worried enough about an economic slowdown that if the Fed raises rates too quickly, I think that the markets are going to think that the possibility of a soft landing goes down and the possibility of a hard landing recession goes up. I also think that there is enough of a consensus among Wall Street professionals right now that inflation has peaked, and the 9.1 CPI number that you saw in June is the highest number that you're going to see. So if the thought was that inflation had not peaked, if let's say oil today was at $130 a barrel, let's say if wheat and corn and lumber and aluminum and copper and nickel were back to their 2022 highs, then people would think that inflation has not peaked, and then the market would probably welcome a 100 basis point hike a little bit more from the Fed because they want to get inflation under control. But there's a general consensus among professionals that inflation has peaked. If inflation's peaked, but the economy is slowing down, I think they want to see a 75 basis point hike. I think the markets would celebrate a 75 basis point hike. The markets would really celebrate a 50 basis point hike. And I think the markets move lower on a 100 basis point hike. And guys, that's going to be on July 27th. We're going to get our Fed meeting. So July 27th at 2 p.m. Eastern, that Fed announcement is going to come out. And then at 2:30 Eastern, you're going to get Jerome Powell's press conference where he's going to then answer questions. I'll be live with my members at that exact moment, talking them through the announcement and trading through it with them, as I do every single day. But for that moment specifically, we will be calling it out live when that announcement does come out. So make sure you guys are tuned into the mobile app, or if you guys make sure that you're logged in the chat with us for that time. What do you think will happen with GME and AMC tomorrow with stock split? That's such a good question. I'm watching GameStop today, right? And I'm looking at this 150 level. And this 150 level is such an area of resistance, right? It's such an area of resistance. And I'll zoom this in. I'll make it bigger so you guys can all see this. You guys see this level here? It's very clear. I mean, you can't miss it. It's a very, very clear level, right? You guys see that very clear level. We broke through it and we pulled back to test it today. All right. If GameStop stays above 150, after its stock split, you could get something that looks like this. And I'll just draw this out for you. You could get something that looks like that. Okay. If it's able to hold 150. All right. Now, my gut tells me that we're not going to hold 150. and we're probably going to pull back a little bit deeper and get down to like the 200-day moving average. But if it stays 150 like it did today, you probably get a little bit more upside. So this level for me on GameStop is everything. It will dictate whether I like the trade long or I don't like it at all. Even if we don't hold this level, let's say if GameStop does this tomorrow, that does not mean that I think that it is a short. I don't see a short right now on GameStop. I don't see a short right now on GameStop. We're back above the 200-day moving average. I'm not really looking for a short there. It would just be if I see GameStop tomorrow back to 155, well, post-split, that this 155 level, then I'm going to start to think about possibly taking it the long. Like, does Ukraine-Russia war still can significantly shift the market or not at all? It can only, okay, so Pablo, with the Russia-Ukraine war, it absolutely could still affect the market, but only in very specific ways. If the Russia-Ukraine war was to come to an end, that would be a major upside catalyst for the market. Major. If you wake up one day and it's Putin says, we're done, we declare victory, we're taking over, we're ready to sit down and draw new lines and new borders of what will be the new Ukraine, and Russia's going to take eastern Ukraine and we're going to redraw the borders like you had after the world wars. The sides sit down and meet and they agree on borders of what the new country lines are going to look like. If you get news of something like that, and I'm not saying I think that happens, but if you get news of something like that, that's a massive upside catalyst for the market. Massive. So I think you only have the potential of upside, when it comes to the Russia-Ukraine war. The markets are numb to the negative news of the Russia-Ukraine war. Now, there's a side effect of this Russia-Ukraine war that we need to have a discussion about, because it is very serious. And it is something that I'm paying extremely close attention to. And that is the energy crisis in Europe. The energy crisis that you have happening right now in Europe is actually pretty serious. When you come up to your winter months, the cost to heat your home in Germany, in the UK, is going to be anywhere from 3 times to 6 times more expensive than it was last year. 1 in 3 households in the UK are not going to be able to pay their heating bill. You just had the Nord Stream 1 pipeline went down for 10 days for maintenance. The Nord Stream pipeline provides natural gas into Germany and therefore into the rest of Europe. It comes through Russia, through Ukraine, into Germany. There are 3 major natural gas pipelines that send natural gas into Germany. 2 of them are closed because of the Russia-Ukraine war. So 2 pipelines are not sending natural gas into Germany that normally do. The Nord Stream pipeline is the only one left, and it just went down for 10 days for maintenance. It went back online today, but only at a 40% capacity. So Germany is not just getting 40% of their regular natural gas quantities. They're getting what is 40% of 1/3 of their natural gas quantities. That is causing the prices to drastically surge. It is extremely expensive to cool your home, and it will be extremely expensive to heat your home in Europe. If Putin decides, you know what? I'm closing Nord Stream 1. I'm completely cutting Germany off from natural gas. That will create such an energy crisis in Germany, which is the largest economy in Europe, that would most likely send Europe into a recession. That is one thing that I'm watching extremely closely over these next couple of weeks, next couple of months, and you have to pay attention to it as you get into, or as the summer ends and you start to get into colder months. Yeah, here, Blue Bull says energy here in the UK is now unaffordable for middle-class families. My heating bill is £800 per £800 per month. In the winter, it's going to rise to £2,500 per month. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Blue Bull, I'm sorry to hear that, man. I'm really sorry to hear that. So, but that's what I'm talking about. So when you talk about the Russia-Ukraine war, you have to understand what are the areas and what are the headlines that could affect the market. And for me, the war ending or de-escalating would be a major net positive for the market. But if Putin decides, hey, we're going to shut off, guys, I mean, not for nothing, that's an act of war, if you ask me. I mean, at that point, for your own energy, I mean, you have to defend your own well-being, and you have to be talking about, you can't just sit back and let that happen. I mean, but we got to get more natural gas to Europe, Canada, the US. We got to get some of our other allies that produce natural gas. We got to get it over there because, they're being chokehold. They're in a chokehold right now because of the Russia-Ukraine war. And that's something that we got to pay attention to. Buy gas stocks. Yeah. Yeah. Natural gas is on fire. Like, look at UNG, the natural gas ETF. This thing's been on fire, man. I would look to buy dips on UNG. I really kind of have a feeling like if you get a pullback in natural gas, like something like that, like I think you got to buy it. I think you got to buy dips on this because I do think that once you get into the cold, the winter months, I think natural gas is going to move higher. If there's not a resolution here with these pipelines that send natural gas into Germany, if there's not a resolution to that, I think natural gas is not finished yet. I think natural gas continues to move higher. But you have a major resistance over here on UNG, and I'll just draw this across my screen. You guys can just all take a look at this. You see how this used to be a level of support, right? You see how that used to be a level of support, and then now it's acting as a level of resistance. All right, but if you get over that, if you get over that, you're talking about natural gas screaming back up towards $8, $9, even $10, which is just nuts. Next question, guys. You guys are doing a great job. You guys are doing a fantastic job. Yes, actually, thank you for that. Emmanuel just called out LNG. Yes. Emmanuel, yes. Yes. Thank you for that. LNG is a company that you can take a look at. Great support down there at 120. Nice 200-day moving average support. Nat gas player. You can look for LNG as a natural gas play. Very nicely done. Good job, Emmanuel. Thank you for sharing that. Next question, guys. You guys are doing a great job. Let's keep this up. We still have a lot I want to talk about today. Don't forget, we're going to talk about Snapchat. We're going to talk about Alphabet, Meta, all the tech stocks that are trading lower right now. And then we got the trade of the day, which we actually took profit off after hours as we got a little bit of a short squeeze today. We got to go over the trade of the day. I got to show you guys where I made my money today. So we got to talk about that as well. So we still have a lot to unpack. Let's get a couple more questions. Hey, Mike, what do you think is going on in China where they got tanks blocking access to banks? Yeah, China never seems to amaze me. It's like every time you think that they can't do something crazy, they do something crazier. So there's a run on Chinese banks right now where you have a lot of people. There's a lot of stuff going on in China right now. This is why I'm still sitting here and I'm like, there's still so many headwinds that are out there for people to say that like the bottom is in. There's still so many headwinds out there because China right now, you got to run on China banks, which means the Chinese people are trying to take their money out of the bank because they have lost total and complete faith and trust in the Chinese government and the Chinese system because of that. All of these, it really stemmed from the COVID lockdowns. Like what happened in China with those COVID lockdowns, it just is causing a really big divide with the Chinese people and the Chinese government. They don't trust the system anymore. You also had issues with a mortgage boycott. There's like a mortgage boycott in China where people are refusing to pay the mortgages on like apartment units that they bought that were in pre-construction because the development companies had financial issues and liquidity issues, and the development companies, you saw Evergrande, went belly up, right? They were a huge development firm in China. But a lot of these companies are either not finishing these units or the units are drastically delayed. Like the unit was supposed to be done 6 months ago and it's still not finished. And you have owners are saying, I'm not paying for this. I'm not paying for it. Well, that's a major problem if those loans are not getting paid back. Right? So that's a financial problem there in China. So like all of those things, the Chinese lockdowns and the development issue that you have in real estate in China is causing a lack of trust in the system. And you have people in China are trying to go and pull out their money. And now the Chinese government, and that's a problem. When you have a massive dash, when there's a complete panic and everybody goes to the bank to try to take out their cash, the bank does not have everyone's cash. You have to understand that. When you give the bank your money, they do not just have your money sitting in a safe. They take your money and they lend it out elsewhere. So when everybody goes to get their money back, the bank doesn't have it. It's out on the street. It's lent out it's lent out in mortgages. It's lent out in auto loans. It's lent out in business credit. It's lent out all over the world. And then they collect interest on your money. That's how banks make money. They take your money and they give it to somebody else and they charge them interest to lend your money. That's how banks make money. So the Chinese government is coming in and they're blocking people from taking money out of the bank because that's a liquidity crisis. There's not enough cash. So and there's been all these riots and these protests and all this crazy stuff going on in China. So China, they brought in tanks. They're actually like parking tanks in front of banks so protesters can't get through to try to rush the banks. It's nuts. And no one's talking about this stuff. That's why it's like you guys come on my live streams. I give you guys the real scoop. I give you guys full transparency. I tell you how it is. I don't sugarcoat anything. I don't give you guys, sensationalism or superlatives. I tell you exactly how it is. No one's talking about what's going on in China, and no one's talking about the energy crisis that's happening in Europe. And those are two things that we have to be paying attention to as we go forward. And the Russia-Ukraine war coming to an end would drastically help that energy problem. How to know when to change the trade plans? Asked Brendan. How do you know when to trade the change plan? Or when to change the trade plan? I think you got to change up your trading plan, Brendan, after, it's just something that you thought was going to happen is just not happening. So something has changed. Okay. Now, let me preface this by saying, if you are a new or inexperienced trader, I don't think you ever should change your trade plan. So let me start with saying that. If you are an inexperienced trader, I think it's more important for people that are first starting out to build the discipline and patience to allow a stock the time and room that it needs to make the move that you think it's going to make. Stocks don't go up in straight lines. They don't go down in straight lines. They don't just go up as soon as you buy them. They don't go down as soon as you short them. And a lot of inexperienced traders get very nervous when a trade goes against them, and they automatically just think that they're wrong. And they change their trade plan immediately upon that happening. And it turns out to be the wrong move and the wrong decision. And you prematurely exit trades, I think it's more important that you build the discipline to say to yourself, because the way for you to become the best trader possible is to become as robotic as you possibly can. The more robotic that you become in your trading, the easier trading will be for you, because emotions are what makes trading hard. There's a reason why computers are so much better at trading than we are. That's because computers don't have emotions. They react to a program of a certain set of characteristics that will cause a reaction, and the computer will buy or sell whenever those things are met. Computer's not going to buy or sell just because there's a red candle. The computer's not going to get excited just because there's a green candle. The more robotic that you can become in your trading, the better you're going to be. Because when you trade with emotions, that's when you make mistakes. When you make mistakes, that's when you lose money. So in order as a beginning trader, I don't want to see, all of the new traders that we have in True Trading Group, when I talk to them, I tell them, don't change your trade plan. If your analysis should match your execution. Most traders, once you get a basic understanding of technical analysis, most traders can say with more than 50% accuracy, is this stock going to go up or down? Most traders will be able to do that. But the hard part is actually executing on that. Most traders are poor at execution. They're better at analysis. So we have to remove you from the execution part of the equation, because you are the problem. Your analysis is not the problem, because your analysis turns out to be right more than half the time. But how come you're not making money more than half the time? You are the problem. Your emotions and your discipline and your patience is the problem. So I always tell people that, hey, take a piece of paper, draw a line right down the center. On the left column, say analysis. On the right column, say execution. When you come up with a trade idea, that's your analysis. Write the analysis down on the left side of that piece of paper. Where are you going to buy? Where are you going to stop out if you're wrong? Where are you going to take profits if you're right? That's your game plan. If your game plan is buy the stock at 10, stop out at 960, take profits at 1050, 11, and 1175. If that's your trading game plan, then when you enter the trade at $10, you should do absolutely nothing besides get stopped out at 960 or take profit at 1050 and then take profit at 11 and then take profit at 1175. And as your profit targets are met, you can then move your stop loss up. And then once you move your stop loss up, let's say you get to 1050, then you take profit. Then you get to 11, you take profit. Now you move your stop loss from 960. Let's say you move your stop loss up to 1025. Now you're in a position of profit on the rest of your position. Now, what are you going to do now? You're either going to do one of two things. You're either going to take your final profit off at 1175 or you're going to get stopped out at 1025. And you're not going to do anything in between those levels or in between those prices. This is where inexperienced traders get themselves wrapped around a pole, because they say to themselves, okay, we got to 1050, then it goes to 1070, and you're like, it didn't get to 11, but now it dropped back to 1040, and you get nervous and you say, ooh, you know what? Let me just get out now. It's better than nothing. That's what you say. This is better than nothing. I'm up $100. It's better than nothing. And you get out. And then an hour later, the stock's at $12 and it never got to your stop loss. You prematurely exited the trade. You changed your trading game plan. Why? Just because the stock had a pullback. Why would you do that? Stocks pull back all the time, constantly, all day, every day. Stocks don't go up in straight lines. You're not going to have a stock go from 10 to 12 in a straight line. It's going to go from 10 to 1050 to 1030 to 1050 to 1025 to 1060 to 1040 to 1075, 1080, back to 1040, up to 11, 1120, 1150, 1110, 1090, 1150. It's going to go up and down. And if you change your game plan every time you see a red candle, then you're never going to maximize your profit when you're right. And that's one of the biggest problems that inexperienced traders have. And I will teach you guys how to avoid those issues by developing the discipline that's needed to stay in your game plan. This answer was all I needed to hear. That's exactly me. Thanks, Michael. There you go, man. See, I know, and I know that's what a lot of people struggle with, because I see it every day. Guys, you got to realize every single day I do one-on-one individual mentoring with lifetime members of True Trading Group. Okay, every day, literally 6 days a week, I am doing one-on-one mentor sessions with members. I see all of the common issues that traders struggle with. We uncover them. We figure out what the problem is. How do we fix it? There's probably a lot of members on this live stream that I've done one-on-ones with. Guys, if you're a member of TTG and I've done a one-on-one with you and it's improved your trading, just type the number 1 in chat. There's probably hundreds of people on this live stream that I've done one-on-ones with. I don't know. I mean, we have 1,000 people on the live stream right now. I'm sure many of you are TTG members. And if you're a member of True Trading Group, well, if you're a lifetime member, chances are you and I have done a one-on-one together, as the chances are, because I do them every single day. So I'm not sure how many lifetime members we have on the live stream here right now, but those one-on-ones are helpful. And it's like, I'll go through, all of these sessions with people to make sure that they understand what it is that they're doing wrong, and they can make the adjustments, and we can make the changes that are necessary in order for people to overcome the problems and the issues that they are having. All right, guys, listen up. Let me see how many people on the live stream right now that are not members of True Trading. If you guys are not a member, do me a favor and type the letters TTG. If you're not a member of True Trading Group, go ahead right now, type the letters TTG if you are not a member of True Trading Group. If you're not a member of True Trading Group, type the letters TTG. I want to see who we have here that is not a member. Mark Dyken, Johnny Gutierrez, welcome back, bro. I saw you on the live stream the other day. Frank Lehman, welcome back. I remember you from the other day. Shamar Ace, Robert K, Beans Main, Blizzy Faded, Info Duma, Jesus, Dirty Cuban, what's up? Ado, Scary Terry, Craig the Texan, welcome back, brother. Craig the Texan, I'm waiting on you, man. Gerardo, Cypher DMG, Andrew Stone, Don Johnson, In It to Win It, Tim Brady, Paros says TTG soon, Mike. Paros, I'm ready when you are, man. Nice. Jacob goes, I'm so happy to not type TTG anymore. Jacob, a new member of the TTG family. Let's see, we got ABP, we got Wen Squeezy, WRX Rob. Nice, way to go, Dion. Dion, what's up, man? Goes, I'm a $3 trial. Been with you guys, you all week. I'm a $3 bill, you all week member. Nice. We got to join our trial membership, Dion. We got Meraki, Robert, Yosef, Thomas Og goes, guys, just do it. It's worth every cent. It really is. It really is. It really is. Alex S., welcome. Guys, listen, all of you that are typing TTG, listen up very carefully. We have a lot to uncover and unpack here on this live stream, okay? On this live stream, we're going to go over a couple of different things. We're going to go over Snap's earnings, what effect that has, Snap's earnings, and what effects it has on Meta, on Alphabet, and the rest of the market. We're also going to talk about the trade of the day. We're going to go over a very specific setup, okay? Oh, we got to welcome Robert. Robert is the newest member. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Wrong name. Jeffrey. Sorry, wrong name. Jeffrey. Jeffrey, welcome, brother. Welcome, Jeffrey, to the TTG fam. Oh, he's a trucker too. Jeffrey, we have so many truckers that are members of True Trading Group. We have so many. Smoke, my brother, I don't know if you're on this live stream, but Smoke is a famous TTG member. He's actually been a guest on these live streams many times. He has grown his account, his portfolio by over 700% over the last 2 years as a member of True Trading Group, driving full-time, trucking all across the country. So Smoke, I'm not sure if you're on this live stream, brother, but you got a new trucker coming to the group here. Jeffrey, welcome, man. Welcome to the family. Welcome to the family. Welcome. I love it. Welcome, Robert. I mean, Jeffrey. Sorry, I keep saying Robert. I don't know why. Welcome, Jeffrey. So, guys, listen, we got to talk about Snap earnings. We got to talk about Meta, Alphabet, what it means for the market, what I expect for the rest of these, earnings that are coming out next week. Oh, there's Smoke. Jeffrey, Smoke is here. Smoke, you got a new trucker, man. You got a new trucker, Smoke. Jeffrey just signed up. He's a trucker. Jeffrey, Smoke, you just saw him comment on the YouTube channel. He's also a trucker. We also have a handful of other truckers that are members of True Trading Group. You guys could nice. Eric J is up 90%. He's also a trucker. Awesome. I love it. Good stuff. And then we're going to talk about how I made my money today, the trade of the day. There's a specific setup on the trade of the day today. It was actually in ticker symbol TBLT. TBLT, guys. This one right here. Here's the move. Here was the trade of the day for me. This was the one we banked on. And I'll talk to you guys about what that setup was and how we knew that that stock was going to make the move that it did and how we were able to rip those profits off the table on TBLT. So that's the trade of the day. But first, we got a lot of people that typed TTG in chat that are not members of the family. And every single one of you that typed TTG, I want you to understand that when you join True Trading Group's platform, you are getting access to a professional curriculum that is similar to what I learned when I worked at the hedge fund in New York. You're not getting gimmicks. You're not getting some nonsense I figured out in my mother's basement. You're getting the same level of education, a simplified and expanded upon version of the education I received when I worked at that fund. It's in-depth and complex, yet it is easy to understand and implement quickly, whether you've never traded a stock a day in your life or if you've been trading for 10 years and you're looking to gain an edge. I get asked all the time from people, well, what makes you so different from all the other courses that are out there? There's 1,000,001 other courses and programs and Discords and all that crap that's out there. We are not a Discord. We are not just courses. We are an entire platform that levels the playing field for retail by giving you the education, but also the information, tools, and resources that professional traders use that helps them make better decisions so we can drastically increase your chances of success. We are not just courses, we're a platform. Yes, our platform contains courses, but we're so much more than that. We've spent years building relationships with some of the top fintech companies in the world to offer the products that successful traders use so you can use them on our platform at no additional cost, all in one place. If you went to these companies directly, it'll cost you around $5,000 a year to get access to these tools. It's free with your membership to True Trading Group. You do not have to pay extra for any of this stuff. You're going to get like Benzinga Pro's real-time news feed, live up to the second news right inside of our chat. You're going to get TradingView's premium charting software, Quote Media's full book level 2. You're going to get unusual options activity, dark pool data, the trade ideas scanner. Make sure you're always focused on the hottest stocks during the day, a simulator, short interest, insider buying, analyst ratings, all of our courses, a video library that's got about 300 hours of workshops and webinars that we've conducted, not to mention all of our transparent real-time alerts covering day trading, swing trading, long-term investing, futures, crypto, stocks, options, you name it, we've got it all inside of True Trading Group. It's all included for just that one simple price for the entire year. There's no upsells for this stuff, guys. It's an all-inclusive package. And on top of that, you're joining a community of about 9,600 members that are led by our team of full-time trading moderators that have about 100 years of combined trading experience that sport a collective win rate of just under 80%. And we're fully transparent. There's a trading journal on our website. All of our trade activity is loaded from our brokerage accounts to the trading journal every single day, so you can see for yourself firsthand every buy and every sell that all of our moderators make throughout the course of a trading day. Results matter at True Trading Group, guys. And I mean results. I'm talking your results and your P&L. Are you able to make money because of the TG platform is all that matters. And the bottom line is that the majority of our members are doing exactly that. I'll prove it to you. Members, I'm talking to you directly now. If you're a member of True Trading Group, simple question. Are you making money and becoming better traders because of the TTG platform? If the answer is yes, I want you to type the $ in chat right now. Now, anybody that's not a member, my advice to you at this moment is to not look at me, but to look right here to the side of the screen and count how many people are about to type the $ in chat. These people that are typing the $ found True Trading Group the exact same way that you all did, and that is on one of these live streams. They had all the same excuses that you had. They had small accounts. They have full-time jobs. They lost money in the market before. They had no idea what they're doing. They had no experience, but now here they are. Way to go, Memphis Street Doc. 4 for 4 today. Boom! I love it. I love it. Great job. Made my membership fee back in just 3 days. Z Joka says, I made my membership fee back in 3 days. That's incredible. Okay, that is incredible. But this is my point, guys, that if these people that are your peers, if they can do it, look at all these people typing the $. If they can do it, then so can you. There's no difference between them and you. I love them to death, but there's nothing special. This is what a real education and access to tools that give you more information to make better decisions can do for your trading. That's how so many of these people are having success. All of you that are typing, that typed TTG before, let me tell you quickly, a couple minutes, how you can join the TTG platform, because we do have a discount running for you guys here this evening. You're on this live stream with me, so you guys get a special discount. If you went to the website directly, it's going to cost you a hell of a lot more. But since you're on this live stream, you're serious about getting educated, I'm giving you guys a special discount for being on the live. So I'm going to take 5 minutes. I'll tell you how you can join, and then we're going to get into the trade of the day today on TBLT, and then we're going to talk about Snap earnings, Meta, Alphabet. What does this mean now for the stock market going forward? Are we about to get another pullback as earnings come underway? That's exactly what we're going to talk about in just a few moments. But first, I want to make sure everyone understands the membership is normally $2,212 for the year. However, for being on this live stream with me, you can get a 52% discount. It brings the price down to just $1,050. And for those of you that think that that is a lot, think again. It is $2.87 a day. Also think about how much have you lost trying to trade on your own, being in the wrong community, not having the right tools, or not having a real education. How much money would you still have in your account today if you had all of those things to start with? When you start to think of it that way, $1,050 for the entire year seems like a no-brainer, and that's because it is. You also get 2 private study group sessions with one of our professional traders to ask questions and speed up your learning curve. And last but not least, I stand behind this platform. I put my money exactly where my mouth is. And I told you that results matter. And that is why we offer a double your money back guarantee. It's very simple. You go through our courses, our quizzes, and attend one study group. If at the end of your membership, you fail to make your membership fee back at least once, that's $1,050. If you fail to make that back at least once, I will give you $2,100 in return. I did not stutter. You will pay $1,050. If you don't make it back, I'll give you double your money back. $2,100 right there in your pocket. That's how confident that I am to help you reach your goals. Dion Gehring says, so far it looks like a good beginner stock trading education platform. Yes, it is. Dion is a trial member. It's a fantastic platform for beginners. It's also fantastic for professionals. We actually have members in True Trading Group that have never traded a stock a day in their life, but then we also have 20-year veterans. We have stockbrokers from Morgan Stanley. We have former market makers that worked at Deutsche Bank. We have fund managers that manage money for 50 high net worth individuals. We have licensed CFAs that are members of True Trading Group. And then we have everything in between. The TeachD platform is actually broken up into beginner and advanced courses. So if you guys are completely brand new, you start with the beginner, obviously. But if you're a vet trading for 10, 15 years and you're just looking to take your trading to the next level, you go straight to the advanced. There's something for everybody inside True Trading Group, folks. Thomas O goes, many platforms are $5,000 or more, and they're not even close to what TTG offers. It's great. Gabe Herrera says it's great for beginners and it's great for advanced traders as well. Absolutely. Firefighter Greg says, dude, get the full membership. It's way more than just beginner. I'm seriously thinking about going full-time. Hell yes, Firefighter Greg. Full-time, baby. That's what I'm talking about. I love it. I love when we have teaching members go full-time, meaning become full-time traders. Oh, I love it. Firefighter Greg, man, I'm really proud of the progress that you've made, man. You've really come a long way, man. I'm really proud and I'm happy for your success. But yeah, guys, if you guys want to join the platform, like I said, 52% discount, double your money back. You just have to go to ttgoffer.com and then enter the coupon code TTG121. Again, that's ttgoffer.com. enter the code TTG121, then click apply code. You'll get the huge discount. It'll show 1050. Just check out. You guys are good to go. And you got the double your money back guarantee that's there to protect you. Chances are you're not going to need it. And I'm confident you're not going to need the double your money back guarantee because we have only had to refund 2.5% of our members. 2.5. It's actually roughly 2.5. It's like just under. It's like 2.46 or 2.47, something like that. I just round up, say 2.5. And not to mention 78% of our members renew their membership after their year is up, or even better, upgrade to become lifetime members of True Trading Group. You guys know over 30% of our members are lifetime members of True Trading Group. Our retention rate is 78%. Our competitors' retention rate is around 35%. We have more of our members becoming lifetime members than our competitors have people just renewing after 1 year. That's all you need to know about the success that members are having inside of True Trading Group. Everybody welcome Mark. Mark is the newest member of the TTG family. Eight spots left for that 1050 price point, guys. Mark, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Everybody welcome Mark. TTGoffer.com, TTG121 coupon code. And Joe says, how are you getting your competitors' data? You know what? In all fairness, I should specify and clarify that statement. So Joe, thank you for actually asking that question. We have actually relationships with a couple of competitors, not all of our competitors. And through a sample set of about 3 of our competitors, we have seen that their retention rates are in the mid to high 30s from just data that they have provided to us. Does that mean that every single other company and group and service out there is in the 30s? No. There's a million different programs that are out there and a million different services. I do not know the stats on all of them. I'm talking about a sample set of about 3 of our competitors that we have relationships with, and that is the information that they have provided to us. Okay, thank you for asking that question though, Joe. That was important that I clarify that actually. So thank you for asking that. So there you guys go. So Mark, well, guys, I'm fully transparent. I don't ever want to come off misleading. I don't ever want to come off like, I'm fully transparent. And Joe, I appreciate that question. And I think it was important that I did clarify that. So thank you. So Mark, welcome to the family, the newest member of the TTG group. So again, guys, go to ttgoffer.com, TTG121 coupon code. And that's how you guys can get the 52% discount and the double your money back guarantee. All right. If anybody has questions about the membership, okay. If anybody has questions about the membership, all right, you can send a text message right now. Don't call, send a text message because it's a text only phone number. We can't answer the phone if we wanted to. Send a text to 786-505-4047. Again, that's 786-505-4047. Okay, the phone number is at the bottom of your screen. So if you guys have any questions about the membership, how we operate, you have a question about the money back guarantee, double your money back guarantee. If you can't get the coupon code to work, whatever, send a text to that phone number. Also, lastly, and then we're going to move on to the main topics of the live. If you are a current trial member, Dion, this is for you, brother. If you're a current trial member, or if you are a once previous trial member, or you are a once previous annual member, and you guys want the 1050 price point, you can also send a text to 786-505-4047 so you guys can take advantage of this discount. Because if you already had an account with us, we have to whitelist your email so that the coupon code works for you. All right. So there you guys have it. All right. So don't hesitate. Send your text message to that number now if you guys have questions. All right. That's it. Let's get to the main topics of the live stream. We have to talk about, first, we're going to go to the trade of the day. All right. I talked about Snap a little bit earlier on the live stream, right? So let me go into the trade of the day. So folks, new segment that we do here in True Trading called the trade of the day. And this was a trade I made today on TBLT that I am still long. We are still long TBLT as the stock is now pushing higher here late in the day. We're looking for a breakout over 6. Maybe we get it while I'm eating dinner. That would be nice. Okay, but we got to talk about TBLT today. Now, I traded TBLT twice. The first time was a big fat nothing burger. I was flat on the trade. The second time was a big one. All right. So the first one, I'll talk about the first one just real quick. Okay. First one, we broke through the previous day's highs. Okay. I got long on this pullback right here. All right. In front of the prior day's highs. I'll recap the first trade. So, we took our first piece of profit off when the stock made a new high of the day, and then you put in a bearish signal. This is a bearish signal. Okay, so I teach a bearish signal for members in True Trading Group. One of the ways for you to determine if the stock is weak is when a stock consolidates in front of a support level and then breaks the high of the day and then immediately pulls back to retest the support level that it just came from. That is a sign of weakness. So as soon as that happened, what did we do in True Trading Group? We then sold more of our position right here. I took more profit, very, very, very small profit. But from my entry to my take profit was right here because of this bearish signal. And then we sold out the last piece of the position. Where was it? Right there. It was the last piece of our position. Okay. So 25% of my position came out there. 60% of my position came out here, and the last final piece came out here. So this was a flat trade. I was flat on this trade, so a big fat nothing burger, right? But the trade where we had the home run was later in the day, and this has everything to do with, okay, recognizing, okay, this has everything to do with guys, listen, I have an order. Hold on, guys. I'm going to put an order out right now on TBLT over $6. I'm going to put an order at around 609. In case while I'm talking to you. Okay, order's in. All right, guys. So I'm just throwing an order out on TBLT right here in case while I'm talking to you, this stock starts to make a run because I'm still long. It's not a big piece. I already took the bulk of my position off the table, but I'm still long a piece, and I'm going to try to get another piece of profit off right there if we can get there while I'm doing this live with you guys. But I want to break down the analysis of the trade. That was the home run for us, and that was this one right here. Okay, that was this one right here. So let's get to it. This is a setup that's called the trade line VWAP crossover. This is a setup that you will learn as a member of True Trading Group. It's taught in the courses. It's a momentum-based indicator, momentum-based setup rather, and it's when the trade line crosses up and over your VWAP indicator for the first time during the day. Now, for the first time, when you get this trade line VWAP crossover for the first time during the day, sometimes that can act as a momentum trigger to actually give you a little bit more upside. It doesn't happen all the time. No setup works 100% of the time. But when it happens the first time of the day, you pay attention to it. And when you get situations where you start to see this trade line starts to come into play and it starts to act as an area of support, then it pushes the stock through VWAP and then pulls back in. And now all of a sudden VWAP is a level of support. That is a very strong confirmation of a trade line VWAP crossover. You want to see a pop over VWAP and then the pullback, you want to see VWAP act as support. It's also important, a lesson I want you guys to learn from this is understanding which indicators are relevant in the course of a trading day. Sometimes you're going to have some indicators are going to be absolutely perfect. Other times, other indicators are going to be completely meaningless. Okay. Recognizing relevance in an indicator can help you identify setups later in the day. If we go back to the morning session, right? Let's go back to the morning session. Very clearly, you can all see, let me just delete this white line. You can all very clearly see this orange line on my screen. First, it was acting as a level of support. Then once we broke underneath it after the failed breakout, very clearly you can see it started acting as an area of resistance. So very early in the day, your VWAP indicator showed you that it is relevant in the price action of this stock. Now, as we continue on, you get another test of that VWAP indicator, and the stock rejects at VWAP again, still proving to you that VWAP has an effect on the price of this stock. It is a relevant indicator on the day. Now, as we move on, then all of a sudden you break over VWAP, and now all of a sudden it starts to act as an area of support. Not to mention you're getting the first trade line VWAP crossover of the day. That was the setup that gave me the long, and I got long right there at $5.28. Okay, $5.28 right there was my entry. There's your support at VWAP, and then the rest is history. Okay, then you get this beautiful push into the close. All right, we start taking profits off the table. Right, we took profits off when we got up here and broke through and got right up to underneath the high of the day. And then we got another piece of profit off as we extended in the after hours session at $5.92. And there's another one actually right here too. Sorry, I missed this one. So here are my 3 take profits on TBLT. In at 528, take profit, take profit, take profit. Where's the safest place for profit? It's in your pocket. I'm still long a small piece of my position. I have an open order. I have an open order right here in case it makes a move while I'm doing this live stream. All right, we have an open order right here. Okay, open order right here. Where was my stop loss on the trade? Right there at $5. So here was my stop loss. Okay, so here's the entry. There's the stop loss. There's the take profits, and I'm still in a piece. Right, and again, if anyone's following along with this trade, I have an order out right now in front of 610. So if I get something that looks like this, okay, if the stock does this, all right, I'm taking more profit off the table right there. All right. So there you guys go. Okay. That was the trade of the day. Congratulations, my TTG fam. Congratulations, my TT fam. Those of you that caught this trade on TBLT, this is the trade of the day for me. It's where I made my money. I'm happy with it. All right, I'm happy with it. Now let's move on. Let's talk about the rest of Snap earnings. So for those that are just joining us, all right, for those that are just joining us, all right, Snap came out with earnings, and the earnings were not great. But the issue here with the earnings is that they did not provide guidance. Did not provide guidance. Now that's a problem. The earnings that we're about to get, and what I've been saying on my live streams, is that I'm interested to see when the major companies report earnings, is it a situation where everybody lowers their guidance in anticipation of a recession? If that's the case, earnings estimates must come down. Therefore, stock prices must come down. Now, so far, earnings have not been bad at all. JP Morgan, Citigroup, IBM, Taiwan Semiconductors, all of those companies so far have said, nope, everything's fine. Consumer still looks good. We don't see a slowdown. That's what has helped fuel the rally that the markets had the last 3 days. Now, today, Snap comes out with earnings and goes, we're not giving any guidance. Okay, we're not giving any guidance. Now, that's a problem, or the market sees that as a problem, because they're like, well, why are you not giving guidance? So the guidance must be bad if you're not going to give guidance. You would think that if a company was expecting a strong quarter, they would want to tell you they expect a strong quarter. So that just adds to the uncertainty that investors have right now with regards to the market and with regards to this upcoming recession that everybody is planning for. So it's very real. That worry is very real. And all you need to do is look at the reaction to Snap not giving guidance, the stock drops 23%. 23% drop just because they did not give guidance. And then, but take a look. Look what happened to Meta. Meta's down 5%. Alphabet down, right? Amazon down. Pinterest down. Twitter down. All of these companies are now heading to the downside because of the fear that if Snap is not giving guidance, then that there must be, a storm brewing for these companies, because when you have a recession, online advertising goes down, and that's how these companies make their money. So everybody is scared that now when Alphabet reports, when Meta reports, that they're going to have similar issues, and that is why all of these stocks are trading to the downside. I'll tell you guys this now. Next week, if you get Alphabet and Amazon, if these companies start telling you we're lowering our guidance or we're not going to issue guidance, that is going to be a problem for the market. And the rally that you just experienced, would be in jeopardy if that happens next week. Now, it's just Snap for now. If it's just Snap, that's fine. And the markets could still move higher. Like if Google comes out, or Alphabet rather, and they're like, nah, we're going to maintain our guidance for the rest of the year. If Meta comes out and goes, we're going to maintain guidance, then the markets could very easily shrug off Snap. Snap is a very small company in comparison to Meta, comparison to Alphabet, comparison to Apple, to Microsoft, to Amazon, right? Very, very small company compared to those. So is Pinterest, so is Twitter. Very small companies compared to those bigger ones. So if those bigger companies, if this is not a prelude to what's to come for them, then the markets can still continue higher and we can get the S&P back over 4,000. But if those companies come out and they give even a whisper of something similar to what Snap said, then all of those mega cap tech stocks come down, and then you're going to be looking for the overall market to come back down. And then all of this hard work that we just put in over the last couple of weeks, in here, this move that you saw here, all of that can very easily start to become undone if those big companies start to do something similar to what Snap said about their guidance. So next week is going to be huge. You guys got to get your butts in chat. Use our mobile app. Do not try to navigate this stuff on your own. You have a Fed meeting coming up on the 27th. I expect a 75 basis point hike from the Fed. If you get 75 basis points, I think it's a net positive for the market, but it's really going to be based on earnings. Are the earnings next week, are they as strong as they've been? Is it JP Morgan, Citigroup, Taiwan Semi, or is it Snap? What kind of earnings are we going to get next week? That's going to dictate whether or not the markets are going to be able to push over 4,000, or if we're going to drop right back down to 3,800 and erase this entire move that we've had over the last week and a half. So there you have it, folks. All right. That kind of wraps up and concludes. The educational part of this live stream. I hope that this was helpful. Guys, I'm telling you now, next week is the week. You guys got to get your butts in chat. This is the week, man. The most important earnings season that you've probably ever lived through. You have a Fed meeting on top of that. Then you're going to have, let's not forget this. You know what comes out on the 28th? Oh, yeah. GDP numbers for Q2. That's what comes out on the 28th. So do you realize that next week you're going to be getting Alphabet, Amazon earnings, you're getting a Fed meeting, you're getting GDP numbers. All of this is going to be coming out next week. All of it. Next week is going to be nuts. Get your butts in chat. It's going to be a sick time to be a trader, and we're going to figure out, because next week is going to determine, in my opinion, if the markets, is that June 17th, is that the bottom for this year? I think we're about to find that out within the next 2 weeks. So you guys got to get your butts in chat. Don't try to figure this stuff out on your own. All right. So that concludes the education part of our live stream. If you have no interest in joining True Trading Group, you can sign off the live stream, but not until you smash the like button and turn on your notifications, and make sure you subscribe to the channel, obviously. All right. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. What I'm going to do now, for those that are interested in the platform, I'm going to show you what the platform actually looks like. So you guys can go. So I'll show you guys right now, all right, what everything you get that's included with your membership, because when you join True Trading Group, it's all inclusive. All right, there are no upsells for courses and tools. It's all included when you guys join the family. You're going to get our chat room, obviously, where the mods and I share our screen. We're live on the mic. We're calling out our trades in real time. You get real-time push notifications whenever a moderator enters or exits a trade, right? You can use that mobile app even if you're not in front of your computer, if you're working a full-time job. As long as you can listen to music at work, you can listen to what we're doing in chat and get the real-time notifications so you can follow along with everything that we're doing during the day. You also get 2 private study group sessions with one of our pro traders. So you can ask questions and speed up your learning curve. You get Benzinga Pro's real-time news feed. That's the live up to the second news alerts right inside of your chat. Guys, if you went to Benzinga directly, it's going to cost you over $1,000 a year to have access to this. It's free with your membership when you join the TC platform. That's the value that you guys get in True Trading Group. You also get TradingView's premium charting software. That's one of the most commonly used charting softwares by active traders. It's yours free with your membership. That'll cost you a few $100 a year. If you go to TradingView directly, it's free when you join True Trading Group. You also get the Trade Ideas scanner. Trade Ideas scanner will make sure you're always focused on the hottest stocks during the day. That'll cost you a few $100. That thing streams live on our platform for free. You also get ETNA's simulator. ETNA simulator will let you trade stocks and options with fake money, but with real-time data. This will cost you just under $1,000 a year. Don't do that. It's free with your membership when you join True Trading Group. You get our own proprietary scanner that lets you scan for crypto. It also lets you create custom scans for stocks and crypto as well. You get dark pool data, unusual options activity, stuff that used to only be available to professionals. Now we've leveled the playing field and given you access to that same info to make better decisions. You get a trading journal that tracks all of your trading so you can see what you're doing right and wrong. A social sentiment scanner will go through Reddit, StockTwits, and Twitter and tell you which ticker symbols are being mentioned most so you can stay ahead of the crowd. Analyst ratings, insider buying, short interest on any stock you're interested in. You can actually see how many analysts have a buy, sell, or hold rating on any stock that you are interested in, and that can be very useful in making your trading and investing decisions. All of this is included with your membership. Every day, the mods publish a watch list of the stocks that we are looking at and how we plan on trading them. And then you get all of our courses. The courses are a simplified yet expanded upon version of what I learned working at the fund in New York. There are no VIP courses that cost more money. They are all included when you join True Trading Group. There's also a video library that's got over 300 hours of additional educational video content. These are workshops and webinars that we have conducted live with members covering a variety of different topics. And then you can attend all these live when you guys become full-time members. It's time you guys invested in something real. Time you guys invested in something real. Something that can actually help you reach your goals. I can't guarantee you guys success. Okay, I can't guarantee you're going to be successful just because you joined your trading group. But I can guarantee you, if you don't make your $1,050 back, I'll give you $2,100. That's the deal. That's how confident I am in our ability to help you become successful. And I can guarantee that when you join True Trading Group, you're joining a community that genuinely gives a damn whether you succeed or fail. The ball's in your court. You just have to go to ttgoffer.com and use the code TTG121. You'll get a 52% discount right now. Brings the price all the way down to $1,050 for the entire year. You can also use PayPal credit and make little installment payments through PayPal credit. If you guys can't pay for the whole amount right now, we do accept PayPal credit. So go to our checkout page. You can select PayPal credit, and then you can work out the payment plan with PayPal. And that way you guys can join True Trading Group. You don't have to wait until you guys get together the $1,000. You can put it on PayPal credit, pay it off over time, get your butts in chat, get on the platform, get access to this information, get access to the education, and become part of a community that can help you guys reach your goals. You just got to go to ttgoffer.com, enter the code TTG121. Guys, we also have a 7-day trial for those that are interested. If you're not sure yet about the membership, you can go to ttgthree.com. That is ttg3.com. to join our 7-day trial. It is a full 7 trading days. It's a full 7 trading days for the trial. All right. It's not just 7 days. The weekends do not count against your 7 days. Okay. It is a one-time payment. There's no automatic renewal. There's no automatic upgrade. There's no reoccurring payment. It's a one-time payment of $3. We charge $3 just to make sure, okay, just to make sure that you are a real person. Star-Lord, it says, I want a trial, but it keeps saying free, but then trying to charge me. It is not free, Star-Lord. I just said it is $3. Okay? It is $3. Go to TTGTHREE.com. It's $3 just to make sure that you are a real person. And it's not, it just, after your trial, it just, you're never charged again. It just cancels. You don't get charged again after your trials. There's no recurring payment or automatic upgrade or anything like that. After your 7 days is up, if it just expires. All right. That's TTGTHREE.com. Guys, the code word for tonight, my members. My code word for tonight for my members. Code word for tonight is going to be what? Baby yoga? Okay. My wife says the code word for tonight is baby yoga. Baby yoga is the code word for tonight, folks. Baby yoga. Baby yoga is the code word for tonight, guys. Baby yoga. All right. If you're not a member, don't worry about this. This is for a giveaway that we do with members. It's a lot of fun. We give away cash. We give away electronics. If you're not a member, don't worry about it. This is for members only. All right. That's it, folks. Thanks for joining me tonight. You guys, I had a blast. Hope you guys found this helpful. Okay. Hope you guys found this helpful. I hope you guys learned something from this. I hope, that breakdown on TBLT, hopefully that is something that you guys can use to identify trade setups tomorrow that can help you guys make money. All right. I'm still long TBLT. Stock's at $5.80. I've got an order up there over $6. So you guys know, if you're following me on that trade, if that happens while we end this live stream, you'll know that I took more profit. My order has filled. And then if we get over $6, I might even hold on to one little piece into tomorrow and see if we get a little bit more of a short squeeze. This stock is very, very heavily shorted. TBLT, it's very heavily shorted. So if it does start to get going, I'm going to see if there's maybe a play there for us to get a little bit more upside, as it is now pushing back over 580. Trying to push back over 580. I'll just pull up my charts real quick just to show you guys. All right, so you see how we're trying to get through here, Like I said, guys, I got an order up there over 6. All right, that's it, folks. Thanks for joining me tonight. I love you guys. I'll see you all tomorrow. Have a great night, everybody.